In today's video, we uncover what's happening at the moment and what the real estate agents are doing in response. We're going to be focusing on the building and pest process, so stick around because by the end of it, you'll know exactly what to do if you're looking to buy a home. And if you find value in this video, please consider hitting that thumbs up and subscribing. It means the world. One, what are we seeing at the moment? Well, at the moment, we're seeing a bit of a supply and demand issue. And all that means is that there's not enough properties on the market and there's too many people vying for those same properties. So what we end up seeing, and we saw this last week with one of our customers who had put an offer in and there were another 10 other offers on that same property. And what this is doing is it's pushing up the property prices. And I'm going to show you how you can find out where the property price will go based on our customers' feedback. But essentially, we're seeing property prices go at the high end of their estimated value. And let's dive in and look at what. So here we have a copy of a property report. And what we can do is by reading the estimated value of the property, we'll be able to get a better insight as to where the property is likely to sell for. So what we can see here is we've got an estimated value, and at the moment, because the market's kicked and it's sort of moved on fairly quickly over the last couple months, and typically what this value is derived from is from previous sales. So if we look at the previous sales here, we've got the first sale in October, one in December, one in sort of June last year. So the trouble is that these are now considered outdated. The market has changed considerably, even in the last 2 months alone. So we can scrub this off because the market has changed so rapidly over such a short period of time. And what my customers are essentially telling me is that properties are selling for the high end of this property report, between the high end and plus 10% of the high end. And if we look at the Commonwealth Bank's forecast as to where property prices will end this year, they're actually expecting a 14% rise. And what we can see with the graph here is in the blue where the property prices actually went, and in the yellow what the Commonwealth Bank's prediction was. And you can see it's frighteningly accurate. Two, how real estate agents are changing the game. So now we know that property prices are set to increase, that there's less supply than there is demand. What we're seeing in the market is that real estate agents are looking to speed things up. And what they're essentially looking to do is they're looking to remove as many clauses for buyers as they can. And this includes such things as your finance, your building and pest, and even searches. They're essentially making people make quick decisions and not allowing people the time to think things through. Furthermore, for those who aren't willing to change or remove conditions, they're now introducing some really different ideas, including what I call a communal building and pest. And in this video, that's what we're really going to focus in on. What the communal building and pest inspection is, the pros and cons, and the things you really need to look out for, because we're going to see this become more and more popular. Three, what is a communal building and pest? Well, a communal building and pest is where one building and pest inspector completes a report, and for as many buyers to access that report as you want. So essentially there could be 100 buyers all access that building and pest report. Typically the provider, the building and pest provider, will charge each buyer or potential buyer $50 to access the report, with the winning bidder paying the remaining, usually around that $400 to $500, to have that report transferred in their name. So off the bat, we can see one of the biggest benefits in a communal building and pest is that you pay a small fee to get access to the report. The second benefit is the speed. It's already completed. You don't have to wait, and all the work's there in front of you. And the third benefit is it's so convenient. You have to do nothing. You don't have to call around to get a quote. You You don't have to arrange a building and pest inspection. You don't actually have to be there. The report's done and dusted there for you. 4, the detractions with the communal building and pest report. My first one is that you get a report and you don't get walked through the property with the building and pest inspector. I mean, the whole value of getting a building and pest inspection, in my opinion, is to be able to lean against the professionals and have them walk you through the property. So when they say, hey, look, that's an issue because it's a crack, you can ask them, is it a major or minor issue? How much is it going to cost to fix? You're not going to get that on a report. The report is essentially going to say it's a major issue, and it doesn't really offer much value in way of your understanding, particularly to the layman like me. I have no idea on any building procedures or any structural processes. I need an expert beside me, and I need to be able to ask them questions, walk through the report, walk through the home, and really be guided, to have my hand held. And I think for the most part, most people are going to need that also. My second issue is the real estate agent. Smart real estate agents are going to make sure that the building and pest inspector they link up with the inspection of their property is going to be favorable. I mean, who in their right mind, who's acting for the seller, not the buyer, would get a very detailed building and pest inspector, which would detract many buyers from buying the property? I mean, it just doesn't make sense, does it? So my second issue is that whilst the building and pest inspectors are independent, my question is, if the real estate agent's clever, they pre-vet the inspection before allowing it to be open to the public. And finally, the communal building and pest report is really designed for buyers to waive their building and pest clause. But here's the thing, it's $50 and you have to pay for it in the end anyway. Even if there's a discount, so what? I mean, the alternative is paying maybe $500, maybe $600, but remember this, you might be paying hundreds of thousands of dollars and it could be one of the biggest purchases in your life. For me, I'd rather pay the higher fee and arrange my own for the peace of mind. And the long and short of it is that in the grand scheme of things, it's not much when you consider the issues of getting it wrong. Let's say you pay $500,000 for a property. Well, the difference between $50 and $500 is minuscule. Particularly when you get it wrong, you could be talking thousands and thousands of dollars. So my final point is, for the savings versus benefit, I just don't see it, and would say that organizing your own is the best bet to safeguard your best interest. Here at Hunter Galloway, we get home loans approved. So if you live in Australia and looking for a mortgage broker, we can help. Visit us online at huntergalloway.com.au or call us on 1300 088 065. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.